Tell me how many of you do this. You wake up in the morning, and basically before you even open your eyes, it's like you immediately start scanning the environment for something that's wrong, for something negative, for something that's gonna make you mad, or make you anxious, or make you sad, or worried, or angry, or whatever it is. It's like the second you wake up, there's this thing that's scanning around, looking for something that's wrong, where you say, oh, I don't want to go to work today, or I didn't get enough sleep, or maybe you're reminded of something that happened yesterday that really bothered you, and you latch right back onto it. Or you wake up and you start worrying about the day immediately, or you didn't get enough sleep, or you have so much chores to do, or you don't want to go to work, or whatever it is. It's like we get up and we immediately start looking around, searching our environment for something that's wrong. And it's almost like our mind has this default mechanism of searching for the negative. I don't know about you guys, but my mind does this. I'll wake up in the morning, and it's like I'm immediately, before my feet even touch the ground, there are times where I'm like already emotionally activated about something. I'm frustrated or anxious or sad or overthinking or whatever it is. And it's like there's this habit, there's almost impulse to lock on to something negative. It's like a heat-seeking missile where we scan for something wrong and we latch onto it. You must know what I'm talking about. And it gets to the point where you want to ask yourself, why are we so obsessively looking for the bad? If you've ever heard the term confirmation bias, that means that you typically see in a given situation or in a given interaction that which you were already preemptively looking for. So if you heard, like you've never met somebody, but your friend tells you, yo, so-and-so is a jerk, and so you go and meet this person, you have a preconceived notion that this person is a jerk. So you're gonna sort of sift through their good qualities and start looking for all the bad things. You're gonna start looking for the thing that your friend told you about. They primed your mind, they cued your mind with something to look for. What they did was they added a filter over your eyes, a lens over your eyes. Confirmation bias is like a filter, where if you get a car full of people and they all drive through the same town, but one person's hungry, one person needs to work on their car, the other person is horny or like looking around at all the eye candy or whatever, they're all going to go through a different town. The person that's hungry is going to see all the restaurants. The person that needs to work on their car is going to see all the auto repair shops. And the person that's horny is going to see all the good looking folks all the way through the town. So even though they just went through the same town in essence, every single one of them, subjectively speaking, just went through an entirely different town. And see, when we get in this habit of looking for the bad, we are way more likely and way more apt to find it. Whereas if you are conditioned in looking for the good and looking towards the good and seeking out the positive, you're gonna find it. You know? Like if you're looking at a picture and there's like a hidden something or other in there, you're not going to necessarily find it until you're told, yo, just to let you know, there's a hidden thing in there. Can you find it? And only then does it pop out. Very seldom will it pop out without you being primed that it was in there. So, how do you think it works with mood? How do you think it works with how your day goes? How do you think it works with what you make of a given situation? Now, this is a really big deal I'm talking about, where you wake up in the morning and you're just automatically looking for the negative. You're automatically looking for something wrong to such an extent that it starts to feel like an intrusive, impulsive, uncontrollable thing, where you don't want to be looking for the negative, but you've carved such a neural pathway and have been skiing down that same path every single day for so long that it's become a habit. It's become habitual. It's a pattern. It's a routine where you spend a majority of your time not chilling, not relaxed, not content, not fulfilled, but on edge, looking for the bad. When's it gonna go south? When's the other shoe gonna drop? I've even seen these memes before talking about like when things have been going good for 3 days and it shows this person like, when's it gonna get weird? When's it gonna get weird? You see? Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting how when our environment is relaxed or even at that neutral, we start getting nervous and we start obsessively searching for something bad. Maybe you're in a good relationship, a healthy relationship, not one characterized by drama and a roller coaster of highs and lows and going towards and then pulling away, and then you all know that whole trip. You're in a good relationship. It's chill. It's relaxed. You love them and they love you, but you're used to a pattern of the roller coaster. So when things are chill, maybe you're sitting in the room and they're on their phone and you're watching TV or you're cooking dinner and they're just reading a book or something, and you start thinking, what did I do? Why are they over there reading the book? Shouldn't they be talking to me? Shouldn't we be doing so? Shouldn't we be laughing? Shouldn't something be happening? Why are they doing that? Am I doing something wrong? And the next thing you know, 15 minutes goes by and you've created a whole narrative out of like a complete lack of evidence other than your own fear, other than your own like determination in knowing something's wrong. And then you confront him about it. You say, listen, what's wrong? Why aren't we talking? I didn't mean to do that 2 weeks ago. And they look at you like you have 4 eyes because they're not even aware of the reality that you're on right now. They're not even aware of what you're talking about. That's confirmation bias to a T, where you're seeking out what you already believe to be true. You see? Like I've even heard it said before, like in race car drivers, when they're racing, it's said don't look at the wall. Because where attention goes is where energy flows. And if you look at the wall, that's where you're headed. I've noticed this just like driving on the highway before. I'm driving my car and I'm like watching a car go by. Next thing I know, I'm like just veering towards it, because when you hone in your focus on something, it begins to dissolve all the rest of the automatic mode of ourselves, the mode that's keeping you on the road. So where you want to focus is where you want to go. And you need to ask yourself, why are you spending so much time looking for the negative? Now, I understand. I've kind of come to my own conclusion in realizing that this must have something to do with trying to keep me safe. It's a survivalistic mechanism. But as I share a lot on the channel, the ego doesn't want to thrive. The ego wants to survive. And if that means living in constant anxiety and fear so that I can preemptively be ready and thus prepared for the negative, then so be it. The ego doesn't care about my well-being. It cares about my survival. And I've realized that the reason my mind can function in this way of in a good, chill, casual situation, I'm like, what's wrong here? There's got to be something wrong. I'm going to get burned somehow. I'm going to get used. I'm going to get left. I'm going to get frustrated. I'm going to get fired from my job. Or like I'm traveling, the plane's going to crash or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Or my hotel is going to like cancel on me, or the Airbnb, whatever it is, right? It doesn't really matter. It's whatever's going on. There's this natural, like, impulsive mechanism within my mind that seeks out the bad. And see, when you seek out the bad, you can't see the good. Have you ever noticed that it's almost, it can be debilitating, where you're in a good situation, there's nothing wrong, you rationally know that, and you may even believe in it, but you're being tormented by the worry, by the anxiety, by the inclination that something is wrong. Something's wrong, something's wrong, something's wrong, something's wrong. Until you inevitably find it. And then you are able to milk it for going, see, I was right. Even though you just blew through all the positivity and all the love and all of the joy and all the relaxation and all the chill nature of the situation. You didn't even see that because you were looking so hard for the bad. Like if you get two people that are arguing, like a couple, and it's been amazing for months, and then all of a sudden there's a blowout of some sort, right? And it starts turning into, you do this, and you always do that, and you ruin that. It's like, where is this coming from? You completely push aside all the positivity and grab at the thing that you think is going to serve you in that moment, which is the negativity. And see, we're trying to keep ourselves safe. We're trying to keep ourselves safe. Because a lot of us, maybe we did initially plan for the best. We were excited. Our hopes were up. Our expectations were high vibe and amazing. And then we got crushed. Then we got burned. Then the universe did a 180 on us. And something completely different and maybe even horrible happened. And so as a coping mechanism to counterbalance that pain, we never allowed ourselves to come back into that dimension of hope, that dimension of positive thinking and positive expectation and excitement of what the future holds, or even excitement and gratitude for what the past meant. So now we try to preemptively match the pain that we're worried is going to come into our life by preparing for it to be bad anyways. It's kind of like how car insurance works. You probably won't get in the car accident that you're paying $100 to $300 a month for, but just in case you get in an accident, now you're insured. And they might not even cover you now, you know? But see, that's kind of how it works, is we sit around expecting the bad, thinking the bad is right around the corner, because we're able to sort of emotionally and psychologically prime ourselves for it. We're ready. We're ready to face it. And you can't get jump scared if you're expecting it. You can't. It's the scary monster popping around the corner isn't going to scare you if you're ready for it. You're ready to face it. So a lot of us go around in a emotionally activated fight or flight mode because we got hurt so many times in the past that it's not going to catch us by surprise this time. So now we do ourselves a disservice, a huge disservice, and spend 95% of our time looking for the bad. And see, if you're looking for the bad, you're going to find it. What is it? What is it said in the Bible? He who seek and ye shall find, or something to that effect, right? If you look for it, you're going to find it. We cherry pick situations to become congruent with what we're looking for in the situation. Going back to the analogy of the people riding through the town in the car, what they're, it's said in psychology, motivation affects perception. So what your motive is of, I'm going to have a good day, or I wonder what's going to go good today, or I'm so excited at the potentials that the day holds, or who's going to f me over, what's going to happen, what's wrong, where's the next bad thing, are they going to screw me over, are they going to leave me, is this going to happen, Or you spill your coffee or something and it just sets the whole day up. What else now? Now what else? You ever have those days where it's just one thing after the next? It's because when we live in this emotionally activated state, looking for the negativity, we start doing all sorts of stuff to our mind, body, and spirit that makes us a complete mess. You ever notice how when you're in an argument and you're really tuned right up, you can't even think. You're like about to melt in your clothes at how angry you are, and you don't even know who you are anymore. All you know is I have a point and I need to make it, right? And when we get all activated like that, we start making sloppy, inconsiderate decisions that bear more fruit that is equal to the emotional state that we're already in. So we spill our coffee and we're like, what now? And then we slip on the coffee and then we're like, what now? And then one thing after the next. And by doing so, by being so reactive and so preemptively angry before the bad thing has even started or happened or taken place, we're ready for it. We're so tensed up that we're almost making it unavoidable. When you sit down and you get excited about what the day could hold, when you get excited about what opportunities could happen, or just the fact that you get to have another day, it completely changes the energy of the day. But see, a lot of us, myself included to an extent, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it, I'm not even going to lie. That's how I know the analogy of you wake up, and my friend and I have this joke, it's like, because he experiences it too, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. You wake up, and it's like there's this little machine in your mind that's like scanning, looking for the bad, and then all of a sudden it locks on, like a heat-seeking missile. Target acquired. Now you found your thing to be angry about, or sad about, or anxious about, or confused about, or overthinking, or whatever it is. We're looking for something to fuel the negativity that we're ready to lay on the moment. If you can hear that. We're ready to be angry. We're ready to be sad. Not only are we ready for it, we're used to it. And we need to find the object of our anger, the object of our sadness, the object of our overthinking. Right? If you're single, you say, I want a relationship. When will I have a relationship? Then you get in a relationship and it's like, oh my God, are they going to leave me? Am I doing good enough? Oh my God, they're not treating me. It's always something. It's always something. You're in school and it's like, am I getting good enough grades? Am I doing good enough? And then you graduate and it's like, oh, I need a job. Are they paying me enough? Am I doing good enough? Right? It's always something. Our mind is always looking for the next thing to be upset about. If you have a goal out in front of you, there is such fulfillment in the journey to it, but right when you get to it, it's like, what now? Like a few years ago, I wrote a book. I spent like 2.5 years writing this kick-ass book. And it was like such motivation, and it was hard, and I had to work, and every single day I sat down and I did what I needed to do, and I completed it, and I read that 800-page book like 5 times, and revised it, and added stuff, and took stuff out, and did it all. And then when I hit publish, and that copy of the book came to me, and I looked at it, and I was like, this is sick. Just like that, it slipped through my fingertips, and I was like, what now? And now it's a book that sits on my bookshelf. It's a kick-ass book too, if you want to get it, by the way. The link is in my description. But the point is, when we achieve that which we were striving for, it very quickly becomes irrelevant. It very quickly becomes the past. You know, and when we're so actively looking for the bad, we seek it out. It's literally like a filter. It's literally like a filter. You know? Like, if you're somebody that believes that you only attract toxic partners, let's say you've had 3 horrible toxic partners. So you come out of that 3rd relationship and you say, I just can't stop attracting toxic partners. That becomes a paradigm that you believe in. That becomes a narrative, a story that you adhere to. And then you get in a relationship, but little do you know, this is a healthy person. You get in a relationship with a healthy, grounded, emotionally mature, and intelligent human being. Like a magic trick. Oh my God, they still exist. You're in a relationship with an emotionally mature, healthy individual. Now see, in the same way that the peace and the relaxation of the moment and the lack of drama can be the very catalyst to our concern when we're so used to looking for the bad, when you get into a toxic relationship where there's no drama, there's no conflict, there's no chase, there's no pulling away, or you don't have to prove or show that you're worthy of their love. It's just they love you and they pick you, and it's like, yeah, let's go. You start to get worried. Because you believe I always attract toxic partners, so you start laying that model onto that healthy partner, and you start saying, them not having a problem it's a red flag. Something's going on. They're cheating behind my back. They're talking to somebody. They don't like me. They're gonna leave me. They're being passive aggressive. We start getting weird because we're so used to the negativity that we superimpose it onto that person. Next thing we know, we start acting out. We We start acting weird. We start accusing them of things that aren't true. We start acting as if they are toxic. We start acting like they're treating us poorly. And so we start treating them poorly. We start giving them the cold shoulder. We start pulling away. We start accusing them. We start getting weird and looking in. What are you doing, huh? You're going to screw me over. You know, you see what I'm saying? And then because they're healthy, they leave your ass. They leave because they're healthy and they recognize this is weird. See what I'm saying? And because you were so at the ready to seek out the negative, you had blinders on. You had glasses, like, you think about like glasses that block out certain spectrums of light. You put on glasses that block out the spectrum of positivity and healthy dynamics, healthy relationship dynamics. And the glasses you are wearing are ones where the only thing that can come in is the negative, even if it's not even there. You see the negative. You got blinders on. You're looking for the bad, looking for the bad. And so you find it. Seek and ye shall find. So let me know if you relate to this whole dynamic of like chronically and impulsively and habitually looking for the bad, even if it's not even there. Where it really starts to bother me is when I do a good job at not doing anything about it. As in, I know that my mind is doing that thing. It's looking for the negative. And I see it doing just that. Looking for the negative. I don't think something's wrong. I can feel like I'm looking for something wrong, but I don't act as if that's the truth. But it's still wild that it happens, and it can still be pretty exhausting. So let me know if you experience the same thing, where it seems like you're looking for the bad. And also, start working on looking for the good. Start looking on seeing the good. Cultivating gratitude and compassion and joy and excitement. There's a quote, and let's see if I can get this right. It says, faith and fear both demand you to believe in something that you can't see. So which do you want to choose? Thank you so much for watching.